The Chicago Bears went into Thursday Night Football basically trying to salvage whatever respect they could get from their fan base and the rest of the NFL, where they came into the game 0-4. They blew a lead to the Denver Broncos to drop to 0-4 on the year. And I really thought that this was Matt Eberflus coaching for his job. It would have been a great opportunity if they were to lose this game, that they could fire him, integrate that new interim head coach into the system, and just ride out the year. It was actually an offensive explosion. We finally got to see what this DJ Moore and Justin Fields connection was meant to be. After 4 games, we saw a little bit, I think a good output against the Denver Broncos in week 4, but in week 5 it was just an explosion. 8 catches, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Could have been more if it wasn't thanks to a missed call, but still, they tore up that Washington defense to shreds. They won the game 40-20. This is sort of a homecoming for DJ Moore. He used to play for the Terps, and that was not too far from FedEx Field, but great way to show out in front of a crowd that used to support you during your college years. And this is something that Justin Fields can build on. In the last 2 games, he's thrown for 8 touchdowns and is amongst the top 3 candidates for passing touchdowns on the year. Very impressive stat line there. And now the thing is always the question of, he can do it with his legs, but can he do it with his arm? Yes, the Broncos and Commanders defenses are not the best, but he did take advantage of them and should have won maybe even 2 games instead of just the 1. It's just something to finally have some positive news seeing from the Bears, that they're not doomed to be a winless team. Of course, they still have a lot of work to do. I don't think they're making the playoffs by any means, but it's a nice step to salvage what they can do and further the development of Justin Fields. Now, to the other side, Washington looked like they were off to a great start. 2-0, but you got to remember the competition. Arizona Cardinals and Denver Broncos, 2 teams that are 1-win teams at this moment, a combined record of 2-8, and that is not really great competition. The 3rd game, you go up against the Buffalo Bills, get shellacked 37-3. You go up against the Eagles, lose in overtime, giving up 34 points, and then you give up another 40 to the lowly Bears, who've been struggling all year. That is 121 points in 3 games. And as much as people want to clamor for Ron Rivera's job, why not let's first talk about Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio, I think, has been always a solid defensive coordinator. He used to play in the NFL as well, but this defense, despite them having such great talent on that D-line, the secondary is not getting it done at all. They're getting moved all around. They can't really stick to anybody. It's just not looking good right now. Emmanuel Forbes is a smaller cornerback, and he can't even stick to guys. He may be fast, but he's biting on moves, just not really being in the vicinity of receivers, and it's just been a rough start to his career. I don't know if he can fix that later on, but that's something that Jack Del Rio and that defense has to fix. And remember, ownership is led by Magic Johnson and a whole other group, and they want results. They want a new face to this, and they didn't hire Ron Rivera. So not saying that he's on the hot seat, but that seat is definitely getting warmer. And if they don't fix anything, they could definitely clean house and just find somebody that they want to move forward in their regime to rebuild the Washington Commanders.